Yo, what's up? Great news today. We finally have a proper event after this slop event from Battle of Midway. Because now the Normandy landing anniversary event started, and this event has some really fancy prizes. First of all, it gives you 2 gold order weapons, and it gives you 2 completely new vehicles, basically self-propelled artillery. First the Elector for the British, which also are playable in the British squad, so there's no flavor fail involved. And the German Sturmpanzer II, which is a Panzer II that was slightly modified and received a 15mm howitzer basically. So yeah, you have your armor is basically nothing, and it's a Panzer II chassis, so don't expect any protection whatsoever from any side. And you better try to not get Molotov from the top, but as long as you just stay away out of danger and just shell the enemy position, which will take around 10 seconds per shot, you will be quite fine. So yeah, good and fun tank, very nice. Finally some cool self-propelled artilleries. They look very nice, they are properly BR'd. A bit more on that later. Now first, how do you get these prizes? Well, you have 20 days from the 5th June to 25th, and every stage, of which you have 10, lets you play for 2 days, and you want to reach 20,000 battle score in every of these stages. So yeah, an average game will give you around 5,000 battle score, so it's literally 4 to 5 games that you play, and then you have this. So it's not too much work, and the best thing is you don't need to do any special missions like with this other event. You literally just play games, and at the end of the game you get your battle score, and this is how you fill up these 20,000. So on the first stage you get 20 customization orders for soldiers, alright. Second stage will be random stuff. Third stage is the Elector tank, okay. BR2 burgers are going to be interesting to play. Then fourth stage is the War LMG, which is basically a Browning. Nothing too fancy, but not bad, so okay. Fifth stage is random stuff again. Then sixth stage you get an MKB-35. What is that, you may ask? Well, it's this here. It's a very unique item because it's an assault rifle. It's classified as one. Historically and technically speaking, it was an assault rifle prototype. Literally just normal rifle, heavily modified, and you basically get a full auto rifle with 20 bullets and basically as high assault rifle damage. And quite the comfy stats. If you shoot this thing in the practice range, it performs very well. Because well, Gaijin doesn't want us to load apparently. Because this is without any control. You see, you feel the 70 points recoil control. And this is with recoil control. Yep, you can literally just deliver all the headshots you want. Reload is very fast, or quite fast. It's very precise. Once you get used to this weapon, it's a joy to play. And the best thing is, since it's classified as an assault rifle, you can put it on your assault engineers. Yes, the famous old German event squad, here with the Bavarian sigil, that can carry assault rifles. Now you can play them on high BR, though that's nothing too fancy because you can play FG42s instead on high BR. But on low BR, this is exactly the squad where you want to put all your MKBs in. And I've said before the abolishment of the gold order system 6 months ago, beginning of 2025, that you need to buy as many of the MKBs as possible. I made sure I got 4 of them, so I can fill up the squad. And now, after the abolishment of the gold order weapon system, we're gonna receive a small trickling down of these old gold order weapons in form of event guns, which is good because now it's the part that's not good is that the old system was abolished because it was quite nice, but the good part is that the game will never run out of interesting new stuff for events because you can just recycle all those gold order weapons. Yeah, so this, and it allows you to have more than 4 of them because they were limited to maximum 4. And now, this way you can fill up on them and get more and more and more and more of them, which is quite cool. Also, they're basically for free, so yeah. So this is quite cool. Of course, the old system was better than the current one, but at least it's one little small upside. By the way, look at how cool the soldier looks with rain. Like his jacket isn't like brown anymore, it's literally dark gray, which is very nice. Yeah, look at these dudes. Yeah, we absolutely need more. This is the normal color, this is the rain color. We absolutely need more rain in the game. So yeah, these MKBs are perfect. And even if you don't have them on your... Even if you don't have them, well, you can... Well, the problem is you cannot... You sadly cannot put... As you can see, you cannot put it on normal soldiers. You really need either assaulters, because look at this. If you have an assaulter... Well, where do I have assaulters? Well... I literally don't play assaulters in BR2. Oh my god. Can we put these MKBs on partisans? Let's see. Nope, we can't. Nope, we can't. But we definitely should be able to put them on assaulters. Let me try it out. So MKB, can I put it on assaulter? Yeah, where's the... yes, you can. Yeah, of course. Yeah, so you can put it on assaulter. This way you can still play it in low BR even if you don't have the old engineer squad. Just give it on an assaulter. But obviously people want to use them on this engineer squad because this is the only way to get some really cool fancy engineers with some special weapon that they usually wouldn't be able to play. And on low BR, obviously this weapon isn't good on high BR, but on low BR, that MKB actually slaps, because it's a full auto weapon with 20 bullets that actually performs well, has high precision, so you don't need to have any vertical recoil perks, though if you have them too, then this weapon becomes complete precise. So yeah, MKB is so good, you literally cannot say enough good things about it. It's just a very nice comfy weapon, and also very fun to play, and also historically very cool because it's literally assault engineers that Germany was famous for, and they're receiving some really cool weapon that can actually do assaulting with. So yeah, great. Then another empty stage, and then comes the main prize. Sadly only after, sadly at the 15th day of the event, so like it's still over 2 weeks until we get this, but still, you get the Sturmpanzer II, and this is gonna be fun to play. This is gonna be an absolute fun to play. Now, here's the main thing. They are already the eternally butthurt, brigade already woke up and started yapping about, oh, big cannon can't be BR2. Yes, yeah, like the usual retardation that you can expect from the enlisted player base. Now, here's the situation. These tanks are open top, have ridiculously thin armor, and slow reload speed. All they have is a strong cannon, and I think they don't even have AP shells. They literally only have HE shells. So even if they had, it doesn't matter, because you would try to overpressure enemy tanks anyway. You wouldn't want to switch around. So these cannons are absolute glass. These tanks are absolute glass cannons. All they can do is hide and shoot big shells. Like when these tanks were transformed, I think like only like a few dozens of them were produced. They weren't even produced to be real tanks. It was after the 39, I think, maybe in 1940, when the Panzer IIs became, I think after the French campaign, when it became obvious that most German tanks can't deal with the thickly armored French tanks. When it became obvious that the Panzer IIs are completely obsolete when it comes to doing anything, they used to be anti-tank tanks because it was considered that 20mm cannons are actually good against enemy tanks. But quickly this was changed. Yeah, once the thick enemy tanks came up, Germany had to start using Panzer IIIs with long 50mm to penetrate enemy tanks. And since you still had a few thousand of those Panzer IIs running around theoretically, also in the production line, you needed to somehow do something with them, and actually a few hundred, not a few thousand, a few hundred. And then these Panzer IIs were modified wherever it was possible. Many were modified into command tanks with better radio systems and so on. Others were used for anti-air situations. Others were used as transport tanks and stuff like that. Some were transformed into flame tanks. And this was a transformation that was, well, I think it was done in field. It wasn't even done in a factory. It was just quickly transformed. The turret was taken off, then a bunch of standard metal plates were put on, and then you received your big booty cannon. By the way, keep in mind, this is the advanced version of the Sturmpanzer II. There was a more primitive version, which didn't even have all of these metal parts sticking out. The other version was much worse than this even, because there the crew basically had no protection. And yeah, like these tanks were never intended to get close to the action. They were always intended to stay far enough away and just shell the area. Like basically primitive modern Panzerhaubitzen, though unlike Panzerhaubitzen, these have, well, ridiculously bad aiming capabilities. So literally all you can do is sit behind and shell the point and completely stay out of all enemy action, because you will instantly get shot. So yeah, these tanks would be even fine on BR1 because they're very easy to kill, and honestly a Panzer IIIJ from BR1 overall is a better tank than this. But yeah, it's okay if they are BR2. They're good, they're fun, but they're not too strong. Yeah, so keep that in mind. The only thing that makes them actually playable is the high caliber, because then you can actually do some fun big explosions. Though, once again, what makes them absolutely only BR2 material and nothing else, nothing higher, is that A, they're insanely weak against any enemy tank, no matter how weak the enemy cannon is, and their reload speed is so slow that on average any normal BR2 tank will get more kills than this if you can aim well. Yeah, so this is literally just a fun tank. It's nothing too strong, but it's very nice to have. I will definitely try it out, and I hope it's actually good. Because here's the deal. Last year we received the StummelPuma. The StummelPuma is... I don't even know where you can find it. It was this strange... Well, let's just go through all of the stuff, because this is the only way to find stuff in Enlisted, by literally going through all of the stuff. There was this... By the way, Italian Stallion, extremely underrated tank. When I have time, I'm going to make a little video about it, because people simply need to understand the greatness of the Italian Stallion. Yeah, it's just great. I may play one BR1 game, BR1 Germans game in the next stream, just so people see how good this tank is and how fun it is. Okay, where's the motherfucking Stummel? Is this? No, this is the normal Puma. This is the defanged, formerly glorious Panzer III. Well, we're getting closer because we're running out of options. By the way, I think this was from 2 years ago. The D-Day stuff tanks or something like that, the Flak Panzer, which is a complete joke. Yeah, you won't hit anything with it. Alright, we're getting closer and closer and closer. Oh my god. Wait, what the fuck? Am I dumb? I literally can't find the Stummel. What's going on? Where's the Stummel? Okay, if I don't find it, it's literally a Puma with a short 75mm. And the Butthurt Brigade instantly started yapping, oh no, you can't have something like that in BR2. It's too strong because the cannon is too big. And big cannon makes big pain. And bullshit like that. And here's the deal. How often have you seen the StummelPuma? Here it is, finally. How often have you seen this in action? Exactly, never. I mean, it looks very beautiful. It's rare, it's cool, but it's fucking useless. Because it has all the weaknesses of the Puma, meaning if there's one little explosion, your wheels are gone, and you will never have time to repair them, because you have to repair all of them manually, one by one, yeah? So this is bad. It has no armor. It has only 4 crew members. And it has better armor, by the way, than the Sturmpanzer II. Yeah, so, and it has even sloped armor, because it's a late war design. In real war, like in World War II, this was quite useful, but in Enlisted, this is fragile as fuck. So basically no one is playing this thing. Like a tank has many more parameters that define how good it is than its cannon. This is one of the strongest cannon in BR2. But the whole thing, the whole package is one of the weakest tanks in BR2, yeah? So I personally played it only once, I think, to make a video, just to talk about it in the event video, and that's it. I literally never touched it again because it's just so fucking miserable to play. So yeah, come on, this was just a bad joke. But these new Sturmpanzers, well, they still have all the weaknesses of this thing, but at least the cannon is big enough that you want to, you're willing to tolerate the weaknesses, because getting like 15 kills with one shot every couple shots is actually worth it. It's literally fun. So yeah, I'm happy these things are included now, because they're very fun and the game needs more self-propelled artilleries and also self-propelled anti-airs, so more sparse and more sparse. Yeah, self-propelled anti-air tanks and self-propelled artilleries is exactly what the game is lacking very hard. And we need those, and this is a good start. Yeah, this is a good start. And some people say they might wear the Tech Tree versions. Honestly, since these things are very basic and Gaijin refuses, simply straight up refuses, to add stuff like that into the Tech Tree, I literally have to predict that these things will only exist as premium and event squads and not as normal stuff. Yeah, so, but yeah, whatever. I mean, if we get some cool versions, I don't even mind that, as long as we finally get any of these cool things, especially the Wirbelwinds and Kugelblitze and stuff like that. So yeah, that's it. That's the event. Very nice. Sadly, takes forever to get the German one, but in less than 1 week we will get the British one. So prepare for some interesting gameplay with this thing. I hope it's good. And since burgers don't have too much cool stuff on BR2, this might even be quite the cornerstone of BR2 British Britbonk burger tanking. Alright, that's it. Let me know what you think and how you evaluate this and how thrilled you are to get these prizes. I absolutely can't wait to get the German stuff. And I don't care about the war, but I like the British tank too. I really want to try it out. Okay, if you're new, subscribe of course, and drop a like and share this with all of your other Enlisted playing friends, so they know what's up and so they don't post nonsense on Enlisted forums about the Sturmpanzer being too strong. Okay, until soon. Goodbye.